Hey Aries, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings, looking at whatever wants to sort of pop out for you, the most important messages of energy that you need to know about right now. I am actually doing things a little bit differently this week. I am using the Celtic cross layout. I don't normally use this on the channel, but it's getting some really interesting stories and messages for everyone this week. So excited to see what it brings out for you. Keep an eye out for the love readings later this week as well, if that's something of interest to you. Make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with those. And I am using the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck this week. Getting sort of straight on into it for you, Aries. Pardon. I do apologize for any coughing or sniffling. We've got some severe storms, flooding and all that sort of fun stuff this week in my area. So that's why my hair is such a mess. It's all fluffy from the rain. Okay, Aries. What's going on for Aries? What does Aries need to know right now? Celtic cross format for Aries, please. Okay, Aries energy. What is crossing you? The past, the future, your crown, what's beneath you, and then the 4 sideline cards. We have advice, the external influences, your hopes and fears, as well as the outcome for you here. Already sort of seeing we may need to clarify some of this for you as we go. Okay, Aries, I am using the bottom of the deck as our kind of overview, what this reading is going to be about for you. So there we do see the bear, the lily, as well as the hedge maze coming through for you. So this has got to do with, definitely something that close to your heart with the lilies in the center there. Probably something, what you're wanting for your life long term. So how you're envisioning your life, 10, 20, 30 years from now is going to be very prominent. But we do see that hedge maze. So it's kind of this energy of feeling a bit lost and confused as to what exactly we want for our life experiences, why something is so close to us emotionally, on our vulnerabilities and things like that, why something is so prominent in our emotional energy. A lot of like feeling just lost and confused, kind of stuck and trapped a little bit here for you, Aries, in order to get to what you actually desire for your long term. It's kind of like, with that lily here, it's kind of like there's something that you can envision for your future. It's kind of like when you stop and think about, what my life is going to be like when I'm old and grey and sitting in my rocking chair on the porch or whatever. You kind of have a very clear idea of what that's going to look like, but you're just very stuck and confused and sort of lost as to what exactly do I need to do in order to get to that. Especially with the bear here, because there does seem, it's kind of, I feel like that's why you're so stuck and confused here, Aries, because you know that in order to get to that desired outcome for yourself here, it's going to take a lot of strength. You're going to have to stand tall and firm in what you desire long term here, and you're a little bit defensive about. It's not really telling me what the defensiveness is coming from, but it's kind of like you have these very, very strong, clear boundaries about what you want in the future, but you're sort of lost and confused as to how you're going to get to that ideal future whilst these boundaries are in place. This bear is kind of the hedges themselves, keeping you sort of trapped in your own self a little bit here, Aries. You know what you want, but it's kind of like, a trap of your own design kind of thing, that your own defensiveness and your own independence and trying to, be very in control of oneself is actually part of what is stopping you from being able to find your way out, find your way to the long term stuff for yourself here. Um, we'll go through this here and see how that connects for you. Your energy areas, we do have the key coming through strong. So um, I did see a very similar message. I believe it was for Aquarius yesterday. So no, not Aquarius. Scorpio, potentially. One of the water signs, I believe, had a similar kind of message, I believe. But with that key as your energy here, you really are trying to open yourself up to others and to yourself, even really trying to look around you and take advantage of opportunities that are being offered to you. You may actually have quite a lot of different opportunities, and that's kind of why you're feeling very stuck in this maze, because you just don't know which turn to take, which opportunity to take. You've got so many available to you that you don't know exactly which one is going to lead to that desired future for yourself. So you're just a little bit confused as to exactly which pathway to unlock for yourself here, and which pathway to steer yourself towards to find your center of that maze there. The past energy here, we do have the clouds, so we do see a lot of heavy overthinking in the recent past for you here, Aries, coming from it's very interesting, because what I'm seeing here is that the past energy is coming from a lot of logic, rational type of thinking. You've been very stuck up in your brain, trying to only sort of think of, well, I have to use my brain. I have to think about things. Whereas in the future energy here, we have the heart. So it does kind of show us that this key is giving you this opportunity to open yourself up to doing things in a different kind of way, which is more in line with following your truth and following your heart here, rather than allowing your brain to sort of take over, your head to take over your heart. So you're in that current energy where you're trying to open up your heart space here to move into this in the future for yourself. So it's that fight between, head and heart has been very strong. And in the past, you have been very muchly in that head space, trying to do, what's logical, what's the most rational decision, and very stuck in the material world here. But that has actually caused you a lot more confusion and anxiety. And that's partly why we're seeing that hedge maze for you here, is because, being stuck up in that head space energy, it really does help create that confusion and makes you feel even more lost. Whereas, when you do move forward into just following your heart, things just happen how they're supposed to happen, and everything sort of falls into place around that. So definitely seeing that seems to be moving in the right direction one way or another, where you're going to lose a lot of this confused energy, this lost and stuck kind of energy, just by trusting yourself a little bit more and following your heart, rather than doing what the logical thing to do is for yourself here. Now the your crown energy here, the desired outcome, we do have the coffin. Okay, so the coffin is a death and then a rebirth. And so really what I'm actually feeling this energy is for you, Aries, is you're wanting something that has ended. You're wanting to have the rebirth of this situation for yourself, a transformation energy. So it doesn't necessarily always mean that same energy that's gone into the ending, it's not the exact same thing starting over. Quite a lot of the time that energy transforms into something completely brand new. But we are definitely seeing that your desired outcome here is transformation. It is for things to change. It is for, all the things that have ended for me here, or, that I've closed the door on those things. I want that energy to be transformed into new opportunities and a rebirth of myself, of things in my life. For a lot of you, this is going to be very heavily love related, because we are seeing that love energy in your future position here. And I do feel as though for some of you, there could actually be a reconciliation energy there, because we're seeing that as the desired outcome. That definitely can talk about reconciliation, that type of thing as well. But even if this is, not love related and just within you yourself, it's like a reconciling, with your own self, no longer feeling as though you have to be just in reality and materialism and your headspace, the logical stuff, but actually being able to reconcile your heart space alongside that and balance that out for yourself a little bit more here, Aries. Now, what's crossing you here is we have the compass is crossing you. So that's kind of like your true north, the true guiding direction. So once again, it does refer back to that long-term goal. And so that's kind of what's challenging you here at the moment, is really, really working out exactly what it is that those long-term goals are. That, how do you envision the rest of your life here? And that's kind of challenging you at the moment because of that maze energy that you're a little bit just trapped in, especially with that past energy there. You may be getting quite a lot of things like, this is what the logical thing that everyone sort of says you should aim for in your life. But it's challenging you because your heart space may be actually pulling you in a different direction to what the normal things are, so or what people are telling you, this is what you should do for your life. These are the things that everyone has to have in their life by the time they're, retiring. You need to have something to retire from, or, the house and the wife and or the husband and the 2.5 kids and, all that sort of stuff. That may not be what your heart is pushing you towards here, Aries. So the interesting thing here is that the energy beneath you, your subconscious energy, we do have the ship. So you are really wanting, once again, this is a nod back to that coffin energy with that desired outcome. Your subconscious just wants you to get moving. It wants you to, move on to the next adventure, to, really just set sail, get going with it, get on that ship and know that, as long as you get on that ship, you're moving forwards. But you're just very stuck and challenged by that stuck energy of knowing exactly which direction to go as of yet. Is the main issue for you right now, is knowing which direction that ship is going to take me. So it's a bit of a, confused energy about, exactly where I should be going from here. But as we're seeing the future love energy there, following your heart, overall following your heart is the number one right thing for you to be doing in order to listen to your subconscious, in order to, enable that transformation to occur for yourself here, Aries. Now the advice card that we have, sometimes that's referred to as your attitude energy here. And I am picking up that this is a little bit more so your attitude, because we do have the birds here. And this deck has two birds cards, the owls, and then these little chattery birds, flittery energy. So it's a little bit of anxiety coming through once again. But it also is, that your attitude is that you have to sort of kind of listen to everything that's going on, that you maybe are taking the advice of too many people. There usually is a lot of people in this, in that energy, that are just maybe causing more drama, because that can be a little bit gossipy, a little bit of rumors kind of thing. So it does sort of let me know that your attitude is open to, listening to rumors and just, those things that cause even more anxiety, and it's just sort of flitting in between this and that and this and that, and it's not necessarily a stable attitude energy there, as an advice energy. So with that as an advice energy, I'd say conversations are important, but to be very clear to, stay away from things that are just going to cause you more drama. Try to, focus on one intention. Like obviously we are seeing that you're sort of a little bit flittery just in your own energy anyway, with knowing exactly which opportunities, which path to take here, which direction we're going. So I just feel as though there is a bit of an energy here of there's just maybe too much conversations going on about different things. So you may be needing to sort of pinpoint those conversations and guide those conversations a little bit, you know, more narrow thought processes rather than, you know, over here and then over here and then over here and then, you know, having 20 conversations all going on at once and, you know, listening to somebody else's gossip or drama kind of energy, you know, or taking that on board, at least anyway, because we do see that the external influences, we have the whip. So this is definitely where, you know, I do feel as though those two cards are directly connected, that, you know, somebody may be offering you bad advice. We may be actually seeing, you know, that you're punishing yourself a little bit there, but the as an external influence, it's kind of like arguments and drama and tension, and it's kind of like I am just picking up this energy of, you know, people telling you, influencing you through gossip and drama, that and bad advice, that, you know, because they've gone through this or XYZ, that they're telling you and putting that on you as well, saying that, oh, I did that, Aries, and it didn't work out for me, so therefore it's not going to work out for you either. But I am sort of seeing here that, you know, you seem to be, that's an external influence. That's not your energy, Aries. Your energy is that pretty much no matter which direction you go here, you know, you're going in the right direction for yourself. So, you know, interesting. Your hopes and fears here, we do have your card, the Stork, coming through. So, you know, there is a few different messages there with that, you know, fearing that things might get stirred up and create even more drama, but also hoping that things get stirred up in order to, you know, push that change and push that transformation. Hoping for new ideas on how to do things, but also that fear that someone else has got new ideas that are going to contradict your energy here. So it's very interesting. I do feel like for some of you, if this is like a reconciliation type energy, we are fearing that this person is sort of moved on, or they've got the idea of someone else or something else that they're moved on towards. But you're sort of really wanting to stir up the idea of you, which is very interesting there. But you know, that's your card. So your hopes and fears very muchly, there's a bit of fear about oneself coming through here as well, Aries, but hoping that it's kind of like that hope, like it's kind of that fear that I'm not good enough for this, but I hope that I am good enough for this coming through. All right, but the outcome for you here, we have the dice coming through as the outcome, which kind of shows us that, you know, this subconscious energy is guiding you in the right direction here, Aries, that it doesn't matter which path you take, as long as you roll those dice, everything is going to come up, Aries, one way or another. All right, it's time to just take action, to, you know, throw your lot in the ring and have a go, kind of thing. That you know, take a chance, take a bit of a risk, take a gamble on moving forward one way or another. Because even if you don't know exactly which way is the right way for you, I'm just sort of feeling that as long as you're following your heart, it's going to be the right way anyway, and that's a chance that's going to pay off for you regardless. All right, but we will have a quick look here and see if there's any extra information about this storyline for you, Aries. Aries, any extra information for Aries, please? Any extra? Whoa, okay. Okay, so that's very interesting, because we do have the mice and then the masculine. All right, so it's kind of actually a nod back to this past card that we saw, that clouds energy. The masculine and the clouds energy are very, very similar, and it's coming through with this mice energy, which kind of does show us that, you know, it's reinforcing that you do need to put that logical way of thinking into the back burner kind of thing, into the past here, because, you know, it's not serving you. It's stressing you out even more. It's really wanting to really compound the anxieties and the chaos, because this masculine is actually coming through connected to the clouds in the sense that it's feeling like unevolved masculine energy rather than divine masculine energy. So that's like war, chaos. All right, that's where war is comes from. That's where chaos comes from. That's where you know we're going to do things so rigidly that it creates a fight and drama, and it doesn't actually nurture the feminine, look after the feminine at all. So it's kind of telling us that we do need to lose that lose that masculine energy, the unevolved masculine energy anyway, the fighting within our own self, losing the having to do everything so logically and rationally and ordered, and just follow our heart. It really does want you to just pay attention to the message of, if you're following your heart, you're not going in the wrong direction here. You're taking a chance on yourself, and your heart is guiding you in the right direction, even if you're feeling very challenged by and confused by knowing which direction to go here. Your heart is going to steer you correctly here, Aries. So it's time to just jump on that ship. It's time to just throw those dice and go for it. All right, so that's what we have for you today. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Keep an eye out for the love readings later in the week. Subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon.